Disc anchors with plastic or metal pins are intended for anchoring the insulation material onto solid and hollow materials. Depending on the type of anchors used, a shaped friction or material joint is created. Disc anchors with a plastic pin are intended for polystyrene anchoring into solid building materials. Disc anchors with a metal pin serve for mineral wool anchoring into solid materials or even into hollow building materials, with an extended anchor depth, that is. The metal pins are provided with a plastic head coating to minimise the occurrence of a thermal bridge. A plastic milling cutter and polystyrene plugs are used for anchoring with the countersunk heads. In addition, a disc with a diameter of 140 mm is used for anchoring mineral wool with perpendicular fibre. High quality and functional anchoring of the insulating material can only be achieved provided that a suitable anchor type of correct length is chosen. The STRU disc anchor with screw-in metal pin and countersunk head. This anchor belongs to the Aegotherm group and carries the European technical approval ETA. Without using hammered impact, we drill a deep enough hole, avoiding damage to the tubes in the block. Insert the anchor into the hole and, using a special tool, STR tool, for flush mounting, screw the anchor in and at the same time embed it about 2 cm under the insulating material surface. The quality of joint can be seen immediately, because in the case of bad anchoring, the polystyrene would push the anchor out. Cover the anchor with a blinder. The polystyrene plug need not be troweled, because it fits perfectly with the insulating material surface. The NTKU disc anchor with telescopic head and plastic pin. This also belongs to the Aegotherm group and carries the European technical approval ETA. For quick mounting, the spacing pins are pre-mounted in the anchors. Insert the anchor into the pre-drilled hole and hammer in. Thanks to the telescopic effect of the anchor, disc flushing is clearly defined. The disc has to be troweled in. The anchor's IDK or TID, in combination with the use of plastic milling cutter and polystyrene plug, are another variety of anchoring with a countersunk head. Drill the hole and then mill the orifice in the polystyrene to allow for holder of a disc of certain diameter and milling cutter depth. Insert the anchor, hammer it in and apply the blinder. The polystyrene plug need not be troweled in. If the insulating material is fixed into woodwork, the SBH T-insulation holder is used for mounting. After screwing in the holder, the screw head is simply covered over with a plastic blinder, eliminating the possibility of thermal bridge occurring. If plaster is not chosen as the surface finish for the insulation system, but lining strips or decorative material, such as ceramics or earthenware, putting weight on the system, the insulation material has to be anchored in another way. Anchoring is done only after the insulation system is reinforced with the fiberglass mesh. In this case, Vertex R267. Screw the anchors after moderate sealant setting. In this case, the anchors are used in combination with a small polystyrene plug. The anchor discs must be troweled in. The amount of anchors required is always stated by the manufacturer. It is valid that in general, 6 to 8 anchors are needed per square metre. The insulation material is anchored nearly exclusively at the T-joints and by 1 or 2 anchors on the material area, always at the point where sealant has been applied, thus preventing undesirable material deflection.